May the 27th, 2023. Guys, thank you for the response in the video we did about Enoch. I told you we were getting ready to do a series of videos, and it's going to have Bob Burns and Paul Bruce on these episodes. Now, we'll ask a few questions during those episodes, but these two guys are responsible. Paul proofreaded everything so it could be printed, and Robert Burns edited it and put together some incredible information of his own to blend in with this. And I want to share some of that with you, as these is kind of these are lead ups to the actual video series. This is not the first one, but I am going to do this. I'm going to ask a question here, and the first one that can look in the Bible and bring back the verse and chapter, we're going to send you a copy of all three of the books that we're going to give away during the actual episodes of the series. And so, first of all, happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. We've all lost loved ones. My dad served in World War II in Germany, and we care about every one of them, mothers and fathers and kids and brothers and sisters that have passed on. And the main thing is for you to stay safe and keep your kids safe, because one of the greatest tragedies are the holidays when we lose loved ones to rip currents or traffic accidents, things like that. So be very careful. Think about your loved ones. Take that extra care. Don't look away if you're on the beach and your kids play near the water. Don't make that mistake. Anyway, to get to this point, Paul and I have been talking quite a bit today, and he had looked at the video that we did last night about Enoch, and he said, "Man," he said, you got 11,000 folks over there watching it, and 99% good comments." He said there are some still doubters in there, and I want to throw this at you as a response to what they're saying. Now, I'm going to kind of briefly touch it, but I'm going to let Bob and Paul, when we do our show, get deeper into it. They're much better at it. I've read the book of Enoch, and I've shared some of it with you before, but this is commentary and translations and gathering of information that no one's done before, and it really brings it out. So what I want to do is, for the naysayers about saying that Enoch is not part of the Bible, even though he's mentioned in the Bible, one of the sons of Adam, and I think Jude maybe mentions him, but what a lot of people say, well, he may be so, maybe he was mentioned in Genesis, but Jesus never talked about him, and so they use that as an excuse to throw all this knowledge away, and it's kind of being you're blinding yourself, let me say it like that, if you do that without studying this information and letting God open up your heart and mind, because these books were taken out of the Bible. And when you come in and say, guys, to me, it's like watching someone with blinders on. When you say that this is not in the Bible, I'm not going for this, it's not Scripture. And then we telling you, and you can look through many other books, that it was an original book. It was taken out because they didn't want to know the truth. And I know we're going to get people, well, Jesus didn't talk about it. We're going to go there right now. Again, the first person that can get me the verse and chapter so that we can prove this, we're going to send out these three books. One person, I've got 10, and we're going to use those during the series. But guys, I will also link to where you can go to Amazon and get these books also. It will support these guys that have done this work. But that's not why they did it. They're doing it to open up eyes in these end times. But Christ, and many people again will say, well, Jesus didn't mention Enoch. Let's read this. It says, the same day came to him the Sadducees. This is after them trying to tempt him with the taxation and the coin. He said, give to Caesar what's unto Caesar. Remember? He said, which say that there's no resurrection, and ask him. First of all, the Sadducees didn't believe in Jesus, right? Saying, Master Moses said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise the second also, and the third unto the seventh. And last of all the woman died. Therefore in the resurrection, whose wife shall be of the 7? For they shall had all had her. Jesus answered and said unto them, You do err, not knowing the Scriptures, nor the power of God. For the resurrection they neither are in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have you not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. Guys, there's so much in this section right here that pertains to the book of Enoch about the angels, the fallen angels. They were not to be giving and taking in marriage, not just earth women, period. Not in heaven. Why? God gave the ability to man to, and this is information I'm getting now from these 2 great guys, Bob and Paul, but God gave the ability to man to reproduce because you have such a short life on here. And there was a lot of time and many generations that were going to pass from Adam until these end times. Many generations. But the angels, they were eternal. They are eternal. The fallen ones, they've got an end time coming at the end of the 1,000 years. But they don't give and take in marriage in heaven. That's what Jesus was saying. So again, when they fell and they started doing that, giants came, and then from the giants, mighty men. Again, we're talking with Paul today about that, and we're talking about people that were in history as far as demigods, Hercules, some of the other people all through history. And that was always their handle, a demigod. They were part God, part man, and that's where these came from the fallen angels. They were not to be given and taken in marriage anywhere. Not here, not in heaven. Now again, first one that can go in there, and this Christ said, you do err, not knowing the Scriptures, nor the power of God. Find me the Scripture that says, for in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. And the reason I'm going to let you guys do it is so that in the comments we can maybe start to open up some eyes before we get into the series. And guys, I don't want to be rude or crude to anyone, and that's why we're going to do this. So be kind in the comments. You can keep it mild. We can have a discussion like adults. That's a way to do it. Not come in and say you're wrong, you're demonic and all this. That bounces off me. But what you do is influence a lot of people that are searching for the truth. So I ask you not to do it. If you do it at your own peril. But I know my people that watch this channel, and they're going to tear your hide off. So beware. Anyway, first one that can go in the Scriptures, let's get this over with. I'm going to launch this, going to take a few minutes, then I'm going to be in the comments the moment it launches. So I can only give away one set today, but I will link to where you can purchase them. And they're not expensive books at all. But 2 are paperback, 1 is a hardback. But they're done excellently. And again, great people putting this together. But keeping it short because we're trying to get to the point here. I don't want to make it too long. But guys, we're watching this. You watch it. It's a heads up. I'm watching the comments. First one gets it. Just give me your mailing address, and what I'm going to do is link to my Facebook, and you can privately message me there so you don't have to give it to everyone, and I would never share it. It's heads up, guys. Be safe.